Jesus likes blowjobs.
Absolutely.
Oh, wait a minute. You did.
Well, he did. Wow.
Okay, yeah. Jesus.
We know we didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
But marriage is honorable and the bed is undefiled. Okay?
Okay.
I'm just saying. Between a man and a woman, you do what you look at. You do what you got to do.
Do what it's supposed to do, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be very clear about it. Do what it do. Get freak nasty with your partner. You get down and get busy. P. Will. But brother Ronald Trump, sir, I'm gonna get you up to speed, sir. I know you've been getting a lot of backlash since you took the office, sir.
I'm not there yet. I've got to avoid all the assassination attempts. These people are very, very evil. And they backed a sleazy bitch that no one wanted. They wanted me. And now they don't want to give up power. It's sort of like a woman that wants you to go all night long when your Viagra's wearing off in your system. I think some of you guys understand what I'm talking about.
Oh, Lord.
Well, brother Ronald Trump, keep your head on a swivel, sir. I do want to show this little wrench that they've thrown into your incoming administration here. Biden,
did you say a wrench or did you say a winch?
Both, sir. Both, sir.
Well, we got so many, I have to sort them out. This is why I've got lawyers in my cabinet.
It's fair use.
As a response to the use of US and UK manufactured weapons, the Russian forces have carried out a combined strike on one of the military industrial facilities in Ukraine. And this included the test of a novel intermediate range Russian missile system. A ballistic missile with a non-nuclear hypersonic payload was used. The test was carried out successfully. The objectives of the launch have been met. Russia has unilaterally refused to deploy intermediate and small-range missiles until we see similar weapons deployed by the United States in a region of the world. The use of the novel system, which was essentially an operational test, was carried out in response to the decisions made by the United States and their allies. And the further actions will be considered and decided based on what we see from the ruling elites.
Real quick, family. So, brother Ronald, man, again, Putin appears to have said...
Does he have a nice name? He's got a great name. It's almost close to my favorite thing, but I'm not going to say what that is.
Salute to our sister Star for checking in. Good afternoon to you, sis, as always. Yeah, brother Ronald, it looks like these cats are trying to make it unnecessarily difficult for you. Biden is still being slithery and still doing what his masters have ordered him to do. And, this tactic right here, they agreed on a particular type of combat they would engage in. And there was a cap off the level of that, the machinery that they would use. There was a cap in there. So now, just like United States and clearly the quote-unquote allies that it has, always doing sneaky shit, 1 minute agreeing, and then just to get the upper hand, they go and they do some fuck shit. Now, we are looking like we are absolutely potentially facing that World War III, ladies and gentlemen. Brother Ronald Trump, what can you do to try to intercept this thing, sir?
I think that the real thing, the biggest problem is until you get, it's sort of like wiping your ass. As long as you've got the grit there, you're going to itch and have a problem. You've got to kind of wipe it out. It's got to be cleaned up. The rectum of our ship of state has to be cleansed. And I'm going to do that. I just have to make certain that they don't kill me in the next 60 days. Putin knows me. He's afraid. He'll be burned to a crisp. He'll be black just like Joe Biden. You said he had a master. I never thought about him being black until you said that. Isn't it something? Kamala says she's black, but she has no masters. Joe Biden thinks he's white, but he has masters. What's going on? I'm very confused. We're going to sort through it. I don't think there's going to be a war. You know why? Putin doesn't want to lose. Putin wants to win. He knows that I'm better than everybody. He knows that I'm going to run everything. He knows that I'm the smartest. Now, I don't think that we're going to see anything special happen. Not before I get elected. People know I'm a bad guy. And I've got some bad hombres. This time I'll be in Washington. I know what I'm doing. We're going to sort out the people because their people are very, very bad. You know, I've got people in my cabinet like Star Thompson. I've got people like this African Queen Mariam. We've got people that are going to solve the problem. Russia's basically a gas station with nukes. It's sort of like a prostitute with the Glock. They still sell pussy, whereas Russia sells oil.
Salute to brother Ronald Trump. Brother Juan J. Johnson, sir, you are essentially a war-tested gentleman, 27 years on the force, and I'm sure you have gone into some areas that can resemble a war zone. Sir, what do you say about this particular conduct from this current administration? Is it, I guess...
I guess it interruption. They're ruining.
He needs to be declared unfit to be in office. This was ridiculous at the highest level of ridiculousness. It took you 3 years to escalate the war. I mean, 3 years. We're at the 3-year mark, and now he wants to say, go ahead and use long range missiles. Use the long range missiles. This man, we all know he's not fit. Everybody knows he's not fit. But this move he did, it sealed the deal. Kamala Harris, if she really want to get him back for disrupting her pursuit for the presidency, she should, with about 15 members of Congress, should declare that Article 25 and get him up out of it. He's unfit, man.
I agree. And everybody knows he's unfit. However, they're still giving him access to the missiles. They're still giving him to the command station. This is diabolical shit here. Let me see what Brother Organized the Black said. Wouldn't that install Kamala as the 47th president if that happens? Interesting.
It would. But right now, I mean, look, Joe Biden is not fit to be the president. Anybody with 2 eyes can see that.
Right.
But you know, most dicks only have one eye, lone wolf. And the other problem is, if you let Kamala Harris in the White House, it'll become Waffle House. And I don't think that the desk in the Oval Office, I don't think that should be basically freak off central. Diddy will be pardoned. The borders will be open. I mean, the dark husband that she has, I don't know what she is, the wrinkles in her neck. Have you been up close and looked at that? I mean, I looked at it and I was thinking, is that human? Is it possible to have that many wrinkles in your neck? At your age, I'm older than you are, and You're supposedly black, and yet you're more cracked up than the earthquake fault in California where you came from. I believe that. Just listen to me. Don't. Now, if you're going to listen to me, don't cut me off, Chef.
Go ahead, Ronald. Go ahead.
In fact, I like the black job you have. You're a cook, and keep doing that. Don't stop, because there's probably nowhere else for you to go in the economy that Biden-Harris gave you.
Absolutely.
But I believe if we could just hold on, people need to pray. If you do yoga, if you're Haitian and you can put your cats down for a minute, that you can get a voodoo doll, just pull all the hair off. Your God will know it's Joe. And for Kamala Harris, you can just buy a donut. I mean, it's the principle, not necessarily what the doll looks like. And we need to put all of that together, because until the people decide to move, the country's so divided. The Democrats, they're determined to be communist and sink the country. They don't like inexpensive groceries and cheap gas, things that I gave them out of the generosity of my heart. But then again, I'm a billionaire. I'm like that.
Yeah,
but
right.
we can fix this, but we've got to go fast. We've got to put my people in. We've got to get Joe's people out. Did you see that wreck that's running human services? It looks like Fred Mertz trying to be a drag queen from I Love Lucy. Our country's become a laughing stock. Nobody respects us. But I do know Putin knows I'm going to bust that Slavic ass if he makes a move. Because I preceded Joe, I think that's why we still have peace.
Shout out to our brother Ronald Trump. I mean, listen, brother Ronald Trump, we look forward to you taking the command, sir. It should begin to change the tide for the everyday civilians.
This country is going to be a great country again. You'll be able to have the 10 commandments instead of breaking all 10. In fact, I know why Kamala doesn't like the 10 commandments. And Joe, too, he probably can't remember them now, but didn't follow them when he did have his full faculties. I think the only thing worse than him giving missiles to Zelensky is him creeping us out, touching the kids. I mean, Joe, they're not your kids. What are you touching other people's kids for? Joe, that's assault, Joe. Does he know? I mean, you can't climb up the stairs and you can't touch other people's kids.
You ain't black. Shout out to our brother Ronald Trump. Listen, the brother Negro has just checked in. Brother Negro, salute. I know you in Biden. Are you in Biden's backyard right now, sir?
Yeah, I'm in Biden's backyard. Y'all see me with the new data, yo. The real reason why she didn't get elected is because her bloodline ain't American. She ain't part of that American family. So she ain't black and she ain't American. But I don't want to go too far into that. But yeah, you see the comments up there for those that are interested.
Yeah. Salute to the brother. Salute to the brother Negro coming in right on GP, standing on Negro business. Brother Negro, are you up to speed with everything so far, sir?
No. I'm gonna have to get the training wheels on like Joe Biden, and I got to move in the slow lane.
Not a problem. We're gonna get you up to speed really quickly here, brother Wolf. I see you put. Appears to be another scripture here or amendment, sir. Share with us, sir. What do we have?
This is just what the 21st Amendment is. It says it's a simple. It provides that if the president dies, resign, or is removed from office, the VP will take the helm. But right now, she's been calling the shots for the last 3 years.
Hey, Kamala Harris, help him out.
Okay?
Really be clear about that.
And let's be clear about this. Look, I'm not concerned about no 47 nothing. If she becomes a 47, so be it. But he don't need to be in office right now. He needs to go.
Let's really be clear about that.
Well, let me say something to you. There's a compromise. We've got an opportunity to make Joe happy. I heard that there's a CEO position that's part-time at Ben & Jerry's. He can have all the ice cream and he can work from home so he doesn't have to worry about stairs.
Dr. Ronald Trump, listen, But Brother Ronald, man, listen, you are getting a lot of backlash, sir, and I want to bring everybody up to speed with this here. Listen, everybody's anticipating your arrival here. And yeah, that's Andrew Gillum.
What's up with the fake Malcolm X glasses?
Hotel room Gillum right here.
You know, since his pussy was exposed.
Yeah, since they laid the pussy on Front Street, he been looking down back.
I just have one question. Wasn't he a friend to Obama? Have you noticed they're friends? It says the company that you keep. Kamala's got all the deviants. Obama's got deviants. I mean, Joe's wife looks like Alice Cooper, and he touches kids, and his son's a pedophile and a predator. I mean, he had that laptop. I mean, who could believe it? And all these people lying. This is so crazy. It's so crazy. I mean, it's really huge what's being done to undermine the country. We've got to turn it around. But, I'm going to say about Gillum, why run as a black mayor only to be caught in bed with a white prostitute? It seems as if you like black, you should sleep it too. This has always troubled me about the Democrats, that they say all this black stuff, but it's still white. You could be a Republican. You could be consistent about thinking white's better. You'd be welcome.
Right. Well, Brother Ronald Trump, let me show you something, sir. And salute to everybody that's checked in, man. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe if you haven't already done so, ladies and gentlemen. Here, the exchange, and there's a lot of blowback from Kumswalla taking the L, sir. And now you're seeing
what is that L? Is that L for lesbian, or is it for nobody loves her? What's the L?
Low life, loser.
Well,
whatever
she's
you want to call
be
it,
low
sir.
to do the work she did with Willie.
That's a fact.
Wouldn't that be licking for L? No homo?
Let's really be clear about that.
Well,
hey, you heard it from her yourself. She concurs, apparently. So let's play this, ladies and gentlemen. There seems to be a little friction in the Shield house. Let's play this.
As a candidate, she could not, however, answer for endemic problems within the Democratic Party structure, and quite frankly, the diminished Democratic turnout that we experienced in this election. Let nobody forget that we had a voter drop off from 2020 to 2024. In the 7 states that were battleground states, where Kamala competed on the air, was very present, tried to make her case, she lost to Donald Trump by basically 3 points on average between those states or less. In states that she did not compete, meaning they were not battleground states, she lost by 6 points or greater. What's the point there? In places where people got to hear her, where people got to hear her defense and what she stood for, she closed the gap between Donald Trump and Republicans by 3 points. Of industrialized nations where, and I know people are like, well, we don't live in industrialized, we live in the United States. Well, listen to this just globally. Globally, the incumbent parties, be they conservative or liberal, and democracies all across the globe up until getting to ours, the incumbent party and leadership were walloped across the board. The United States, all of those developed nations who had democratic elections, had the smallest defeat of any of the other countries. I think that's important to understand because Kamala closed a very significant gap. It should have been worse. And the reason it should have been worse is I got to retort back to James Carville. It's the economy, stupid. And I know we've been talking a bit about whether or not there is some duplicity in people believing in that message. But when you can take black men's support to low 20% and Latino men's support to 50% plus, a 25-point shift in a cycle, we can't just trump it up to what is a significant issue here, which is that of race and gender, including amongst these two groups that I just mentioned, as being real impediments to Kamala's ability to scale that additional hurdle. I would say, while we did not win in a number of places where we wanted to win at the top of the ticket the most, Democrats really did mitigate a number of losses. Hakeem Jeffries will have experienced what? Potential gain of 1 or 2 seats, a loss of 1 or 2 seats. The fact that they were able to hold steady when people held us accountable for not being able to afford their groceries, that is...
Let's touch on a couple of these things. He's saying some stuff here. Let me get Brother Ronald Trump in here. Brother Ronald Trump, you know, there is the blowback that they're slowly starting to see. You're going to see
Kamala always does blowback. That's how she got into politics. But let's just be straight about this. Kamala never closes the gap. The gap's always open. And I'm not talking about where you bought clothes in the 80s.
Let's really be clear about that.
This guy got caught in a hotel room with a bunch of white guys. And now he's talking about black voters. I'm thinking, well, I think he and Kamala have more in common. They're both receivers. But the thing is, the vote, the Democrats have failed the people. They failed the black people. The blacks don't have jobs. The border's open. You don't see blacks flipping burgers or frying chicken. It's people from countries. They've got Julio, and they've got some Nigerian scammer using the phone to steal your Social Security and piss in your food and tell you it's a secret sauce. What are black men supposed to do? They can't work in construction because all the people speak in Spanish, and they're listening to rap. They don't like mariachi. No, black men never followed Menudo. They didn't, and I know I would be with them. They listen to Tupac. They listen to Biggie. They're listening to Mary J. Blige. They're not listening to this horrible, horrible, horrible economic downturn that started the minute I left Washington. And they've consistently attacked me and consistently attacked all the progress that we made. And on top of that, we came out of COVID. He never gave another stimulus check. You let your son get millions of dollars, some of it that you put in your own pocket, Joe. You get money from the CCP. But yet you put the people in the street. You did this, then the price of everything went up except for Kamala. She's the only bargain and nobody bought her. Who's ever seen a hole that had to pay to get friends? This is why she lost. A trick typically is popular because they're available. She's the first person to fail at both being a political trick and a presidential candidate. She should have had people lined up to see her, but they didn't. Now, I've never been a trick, but there were lines. I had crowds. People loved me. Nobody went to see her. Megan Thee Stallion's a man. What's her name? That one? Cardi B. She's sleazy. Glorilla, she's an embarrassment. Beyonce, I don't know if she's into witchcraft. I'd have to be to have anyone with hair like Jay-Z in my life. And then the other thing is you had Oprah. Oprah, I was so nice to you. Now you look like an octopus on Ozempic. I think that she ran a sorry campaign. And the thing is if Kamala did blowjobs, if she campaigned like she worked on Willie Brown, our country would be in sad shape because she would have won by landslide.
Cool. Shout out to Brother Ronald Trump. Brother Negro. Brother Ronald Trump is crazy. Brother Negro, do you second that Kamala Harris has a crime fighter mouth? And that would have done more justice for the community.
I think her mouth is a crime scene. It's a crime scene. Her mouth is a crime scene. In fact, the biggest crime was against her neckline. Have you ever seen that? It looked like the earthquake I was in Puerto Rico where I was giving paper towels. That's what it reminded me of. You don't mind if I mean, I just want to interject, like we're guys together, you know, when we're out playing golf, we just talk to each other. So
Brother Negro,
Yeah.
are you there, sir?
Yeah. The biggest crime is the economy going down the shitters. We can't. It's very sad when Bussy Gillum can pay for prostitutes, but we can't pay for food. Like, it's kind of crazy right now, and it's very, very disgusting. So and on top of that, Brother Ronald Trump does have some valid points. I hate going past the fast food and I see not seeing young black children or teenagers at those jobs effing up the orders. They actually got grandparents of Latinos and whatnot at the fast food and drive-through, and they don't speak English. Damn it. They don't speak English.
It's so true. What this guy is saying is that when you want to get fries and a big sandwich, you need an interpreter. When I want a burger, I don't want to go to the United Nations when I go to McDonald's. I'm going to get something to eat to put in my gut, and I end up needing to be like, I don't know, what's that thing, Rosetta Stone, where you have to speak a million different languages. And these people
You don't use Duolingo or Babbel?
These people that come from shithole countries, they don't clean the restroom. I mean, there's more Duke on the seat than what there was in the country they left. This is the kind of thing that's happening in the country. No one's happy. Nobody wants to shop. Amazon's replacing Walmart as the leading retailer because, I mean, the service, can you imagine? And the people trying to give you Mexican money. You can't buy pussy with pesos. They couldn't buy it where they came from. That's why they're up here sending money home. It really is a complete breakdown. We don't have a lot of time. I'm going to declare a national emergency. I'm going to save the country because, I mean, Joe and Kamala, oh, she's such a disaster. I mean, in fact, she's too old to be on the stripper pole. I don't quite know what to do with her, and she doesn't want Lily anymore. And then you're going to put her in the White House. I mean, can you imagine what Clinton did with Monica Lewinsky, what she would be doing with everyone and inviting over basketball teams and Sexy Red? I mean, this country really, you know, and then people want to talk about my wife. And I mean, this is just so, it's terrible. I mean, so they've turned politics into a political island of garbage floating in the city of Washington, and we've got to drain the swamp.
That's a fact, brother. Brother Wolf, sir. What say you, man? What can potentially be done? Well, first and foremost, was there alleged progress that Gillum seems to be trying to allude here? Is that a fallacy or is it a legit thing that happened out of the campaign of Kamala Harris, sir? What say you?
I think a broken clock can be right twice in one day.
That's a fact.
That's a fact to what he's saying.
Let's really be clear about that.
And after the shellacking that she got, I mean, you got to think about it. She didn't win that one state. She didn't win that one state, man. She won cities within the state. The whole damn map is red. Okay? Let's keep it. Let's really be clear about this.
Kamala Harris, help
Let's
us out.
really be clear about that.
Yeah.
But to Dr. Short's point about taking the jobs, we have to realize that they are blacking us out. These jobs, we're being blacked out. Even, man, I live in a real good spot, right? But in these spots, I'm seeing who's behind the counter, who's serving us. And when I see this construction going on, I don't see how fixes it. You may have a sprinkle. I'll give you that. I can sprinkle like a little
Negro here, little Negro there.
Even those guys are from Panama. They're from Belize. They're from Honduras. They're from Colombia. They're not your guys from the hood. You've been cut out. Obama Nabule, you've been betrayed by your own Democratic leadership. It's time for you to come back to the party started by Frederick Douglass. The
Dr.
party,
Wright.
the party that put hundreds of thousands of guns in the hands of black men to fight for their freedom in the Civil War. It wasn't the Democrats. So, and it's the same party that supported slavery and segregation, that supports killing all the black babies. And if you don't want to go to jail, you can get your dick whacked off. The state will pay for it. It'll pay for everything except for job training or giving you money to like make a down payment for a home. And I mean, just look at, I mean, it was ridiculous. She had a plan for black men that was weed and crypto. This isn't something, I mean, it's not Saturday Night Live when Maya Ripperton could play Kamala Harris better than she did herself. This is the problem. And it doesn't take a bald-headed sodomite with dollar store glasses on to be able to see that it was a terrible campaign.
Well, brother Wolf, finish your thoughts, sir.
Yeah, well, I was saying to Dr. Short's point, you don't know if they're black until you really have a conversation.
Right.
I mean, you go down Florida right now, you think you talk to somebody black or white till they start talking and you realize they're Cuban or they're Russian. Or they're Haitian. Unless you're in that area, in that Jacksonville and that interior, you don't know who you're talking to. So we're right. We don't know even the ones who appear to be black on these construction sites. I'm not even sure they're black.
And you know, I want to just say that the most courageous person throughout the campaign was Janet Jackson, the only person that agreed with me that we didn't know who this lady was. We just knew that she was available.
You ain't black.
We knew that she was available. We knew she'd been with everyone, but we didn't know who she was. She's got more accents than a parrot and a PetSmart. I mean, one day she's Southern, one day she's Mexican. And I guess she changed accents with her clients when she was in Cali. But the same thing is that it was terrible. And I don't know what this guy, she did not close the gap. They gave me such an ugly thing, such an ugly, ugly fake news. Years of fake news and attack, lawfare, and the public had a crisis, having difficulty in being able to determine. I got overwhelmingly unfavorable media, but the American people showed up, and we have a mandate. I mean, the only mandate she has is to drop her lower jaw.
Well, brother Ronald Trump, let me show you something. And I'm going to go to the brother Wolf, and then I'll go to brother Negro, and then I'll go to brother Ronald Trump. You know, listen, family, there was, not only did she do a shitty job, there was no real legitimate traction. It was all fluff and all caked up. However, we cannot be remiss by the true agenda that would have been pushed in a little bit further had she been nominated, family. So I want to bring something to you.
There would have been a lot of things pushed in.
Including, yeah, indeed. Fair use, y'all. Look at this.
Most of us feel discomfort when we think about pedophiles. But just like pedophiles, we are not responsible for our feelings. We do not choose them. But we are responsible for our actions. And we must make a decision. It is our responsibility to reflect and to overcome our negative feelings about pedophiles and to treat them with the same respect we treat other people with.
You must be out your motherfucking mind.
Oh, hell no.
Brother Ronald Trump, yes, sir. I'm going to go to brother Wolf. Then we go to Negro. Then we go to brother Ronald. Because thank goodness you're going to be in office this year, sir. Okay? But, you know, I still am a firm believer. However, I will say this objectively. I'm still a firm believer that Black America needed to be under more pressure than having some of it removed for a collective future resolution than this temporary. That's just me, brother Ronald Trump. I understand. You successfully got to the office. You're going to be going in January. However, I think you need to sit this one out a little bit more. Nonetheless, brother Wolf, Look, sir, this is part of what that left represents. Everybody be free, everybody all together. We're good. You share all your bathrooms, etc., etc. And then this was following up right behind it, sir. What say you? Should this be recognized as a sexual orientation, or get them the fuck? I mean, never mind. What say you, sir? I'm not gonna put words in your mouth, brother. Well, you know. Yeah.
Break her down real quick.
Yeah, let's break it down.
I just want to put a comment in, and I want to say, if these people like freedom, why do they see handcuffs as aphrodisiacs?
That's a good one. Yeah, let's address that when we get back to you, brother.
So I think no, it should not be no. It shouldn't be no sexual orientation. My problem is, who are these scholars? It's these educated folks that's pushing this, man.
Come on, Kamala, help me out.
White woman,
yeah.
If they put a male face on that, it would be turned off. But they put a female face on a pedophilia piece to soften the blow. These white tears, man. If they just introduce it in the female pleasant, soft-spokenness, that we'd accept it. Because trust me, if it was a male talking about pedophilia, you wouldn't be able to erase that image. Because we already know.
But Lone Wolf, I would just be direct with you. So many people wanted to boink their teachers when we were in school. Woman pedophilia is kind of seen as a macho thing. So this is why they put it there. I mean, how many of us wanted to screw the girls 2 years, 3 years older? I mean, when they had the Kazankas, when the people our age were flat-chested, the women that had the bigger, nicer bods, I mean, the real things that had the melons that you could see, they were older. So pedophilia means different things to different people. Not that I support it. I had the falling out with Jeffrey, and I didn't know Diddy. I never met him. I never went to the party. I don't know anything about him. I heard Obama was there. I mean, I heard they had a lot of fun. They drank. Everyone went there. I didn't go. I don't have any videos. When I get in, I'm going to release everything. And if you see me, it's a deep fake. It's AI.
Well, that's why I say these schools have become indoctrination camps.
Come on.
Because as Ted Talk so eloquently said, the scholars say pedophilia is now a sexual orientation that should be accepted. We talking about the learned ones, the educated, the MAs, the BAs, the masters, the doctors, the scholars. This is why Jesus had to come. To the common man.
What's really hard about that?
Scholars, or to the priest. Okay? I'm not with that. I've seen too much of that in my law enforcement years. This is not cool.
Come on.
It's not cool at all. Okay? And for Ted Talk to be promoting this, you cancel Ted.
Yeah, let's get him out of here.
Let's
be very clear about that. Ted, nigga, you got to go. Ted might be a pedo. Yeah. Brother Negro, let me get you up here. Brother Negro, and then we got to go to Brother Ronald Trump. Brother Negro, sir, talk to us about this, man. I mean, this is diabolical work here. The soft shooting, they decided to put a soft-spoken white woman up there. I'm surprised they didn't put a little zesty black man up there. I'm glad they didn't see that.
I'm glad they didn't.
They couldn't pay. They couldn't afford Obama's fee.
Right, Brother Ronald Trump. I mean, listen, they've used black folks to usher in anything else.
But not
this
is cutting edge right here. Okay. This is cutting edge. This is coming straight from Germany, all right? I punched up a little bit about the school. and this woman right here. This is coming from an elite school, right? And then on top of that, yeah, the article I sent you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an excerpt from the article. Yeah, the University of Wunsberg or whatever, some Germany school or whatnot. They're saying it's elite school, but the thing that kind of disturbed me the most is that they're saying that it is. I'm gonna get the exact phrase. I'm gonna have to be very clear on this, family. When I say this, I'm gonna have to be very, very clear when I say this. Unchargeable sexual orientation. That's a problem, That's a major issue. They need to be slapping the whole damn TED Talk crew, staff, record label with some damn handcuffs. Where Brother Juan, where you at? We need to bust down the doors on these clowns. All of them need to get in the paddy wagon, and they all need to be tied up and gone to jail, including that lady right there.
And they call my followers garbage.
Go ahead.
Yeah. She need a. Yeah, this is disgusting, and I wouldn't even call this woman a scholar. This woman is the degenerate. That's what she is.
Read that off right there, brother Negro. This right there, sir.
Scholars call pedophile an unchargeable sexual orientation that should be accepted by society. We need to be looking at some of these third world nations.
Nasty.
Like, let's really start cooking. We need to start looking at some of these third world nations, including the African ones, including the ones in what they call it, South America and everywhere else, where they want to normalize this type of degenerate behavior. Knowing that the little girl got soccer shoes on and a flurry dress, they want to make her a bride. These people are very, very sick, and they want to bring this to our American shores. I didn't vote for Ronald Trump, but I damn sure like his policies right now.
Well, I appreciate you, brother Negro. They're calling this they have the nerve to call this classified as unchangeable sexual orientation. Brother Ronald Trump, sir, talk to me about this here, sir. Maybe we got lucky with getting you in this term. But do you identify pedophilia as an unchangeable sexual orientation?
I wasn't on the manifest. I didn't go to the island. I don't know anything about it. I mess with people my age. Well, almost about half.
You grab them by the pussy by your own age. I got you. I've got a daughter. I've got grandchildren. I love them. They love me. Everybody loves me because I'm such a wonderful person. But I'm just trying to think, why would you want to turn the Gerber baby over? What would that do? Who wants to screw the Kimby White kid? This is sick. These people, I had the toughest policy on human trafficking. And of course, Joe and Kamala came and ruined it. And Chuck Schumer, they all go to the strange places for vacation. So does Obama. I heard on the dark web, there's a video of Obama with Justin Bieber. So it says, it's alleged. I mean, people accuse me of things. So you can fact check it. But it's so bad. It's such a tragedy that happens for young people with children to be caught up because there are people who have abnormal affections that can't control themselves. But you can't legalize everything. Imagine legalizing rape. Well, they already did. It's called marriage. But we're talking about outside of marriage. You can kind of take it. Or when your wife falls asleep, you help yourself. It's like going in the refrigerator.
Well, Brother Ronald Trump, check this out, though. I'm going to give you this, and I want you to follow up here. This is the alley-oop for you. Because you said something about things not being. It's first and foremost. It shouldn't be a constitutional way of being here. But let's bring you up to speed. Check out what AOC says, because everybody should have their right to use whatever bathroom they feel like doing, Brother Ronald Trump. But I'm gonna show you this here. Let's show Brother Ronald Trump. AOC has come out, said, "Listen, it's tragic. It should be against the law to force women to use their own bathrooms with women." So let's play this, Brother Ronald Trump, and then I want to hear from you, sir.
It's disgusting. Everybody, no matter how you feel on this issue, should reject it completely. What are they doing? They're doing this so that Nancy Mace can make a buck, send a text, and fundraise off an email. They're not doing it to protect people. They're endangering women. They're endangering girls of all kinds. And everybody should reject it. It's gross. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Brother Ronald Trump, I don't know if you have the opportunity to run for a third term, but this is the diabolical Democrat shield. Well, not even a Democrat shield, but the Democrat pick that they're gearing up for that 2028 election season, sir. And if you think that you're going to come in and keep men from using bathrooms with women, she's got another thing for you, sir. What say you to AOC?
Well, the same people who want men in women's prisons, tampons in the boys' room, they're the same people that don't want people to be able to have firearms to protect themselves from criminal and deviant elements that would hurt. And, I want to protect everyone. I want everyone safe. I put a lot of money in the Army. I support the police. A lot of these people that talk these things that make a lot of sense in liberal tea parties, these are people that want to come up. She's a social climber, but I think she's climbing in the wrong direction. Morally and ethically, what needs to be is there was always a men's room. Men don't have monthlies, women do. It seems like we could remember that a woman is a person with a vagina that can have kids, and men have nuts. I mean, sometimes they're big. Mine are kind of big, but you wouldn't see it because I have pants on. But this situation, it requires that the bright and the right people come together to save the country, because there's this conspiracy. Soros and other people want to ruin the country. They don't only want you to not be able to afford a dozen eggs or to fill the tank of your car, but they'd like to fill the rectum of your son and the jaws of your daughter with a sex toy for the girl and a real thing for the guy, of a person the age of the predator's choice. This is why we've got to try to take things back. We're going to cleanse the Justice Department. I've got a very nice woman that's she's very competent. I know that she's going to fix things up. And I think that the young people will be safe again. Everyone's going to be happy. This is almost the second coming of Christ, but there are no prints in my hand. And when Jesus came to me for advice, I told him, pay your bill when you go to, when you're at Gethsemane. If you go to the Roman pizza place, you really got to pay. Now you're taking a party at 12. If you don't tip, it could go bad for you. I don't think he tipped him, if you know how the story ends.
Well, I tell you what, brother Ronald Trump, I tell you, man, there's more outrage about you coming into office pretty soon, sir. And I don't.
It's a vocal minority. Those people watch fake news. It's not true. I'm very popular, but when I have the thing, I point out how the media shows, they film it, but they don't let you, the audience watching the news, see people from all over. There's thousands. I've seen millions of people. I've got bigger concerts than Taylor Swift, and I keep my legs shut. It's the situation is, we've got a group of people that are very dangerous that are in our media. They're in a lawfare, they're in the government, but we're going to root them out. But it needs everyone. They did their part to vote. Now what we have to do is get our people confirmed to get to work, doing the work of this great republic. We have the greatest country. And I believe in all of it, but I'll just say of AOC, if there is a floating island of garbage called Puerto Rico, we would better understand why she has the ideas that she has. Now, I'm not saying that. That's a comedian. I didn't know him. I put him on the bill. But it's if you call my followers garbage and yet you want you 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 want John Dillinger, you want male porn stars in the women's prison, and yet you're for their body, their choice, but they're going to get raped by the guys. Come on. In prison, you get lonely. You need to touch someone. What do you think a guy's going to do no matter how much he calls himself a woman? If he didn't get it cut off, he's going to want to stick it in someone. And he's going to want to stick it in hard. He's going to want to put force. And, you don't have a headboard in prison. You've got bars. And so you're going to start seeing women with long indentations in their foreheads because they're in prison with men that are fucking them hard and doing it repeatedly. And I don't know how we're going to provide SNAP benefits to the people in prison that got impregnated by a woman. Who's the father going to be if they're both women? I don't know what kind of legal challenges, and then again, how are you going to keep people from not like leaving the state or changing and their pronouns? All this is too complicated. It's the only thing more complicated than this is how then that Ronald McDonald looking thing that's the press secretary for Joe Biden. Just this whole thing's been a mess. It makes me want to vomit. Marvin Gaye was talking about making me want to holler. The current state of affairs makes me want to vomit.
Well, I tell you what, brother Ronald Trump, we have this here for you, sir. Let me bring you something else up that might be pretty disturbing, honestly.
Hey, Chef, did you check the channel? Oh, okay. Wait.
Yeah,
Get the other university one where they go into detail. The scholar one, the one that's above that one.
Oh, a scholar.
Yeah,
this is fucking scholars.
And this is coming from old Dominion University, whatever they call themselves. They need to be shutting down these universities. Honestly, these are incubators for child trafficking and prostitution and whatnot, and also child diddlers and whatnot. Lock them up. That's what I'm screaming. Lock them up.
Well, let's do this then. Let's bring this up to the scholars, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, because again, this is what was getting geared up. It doesn't mean that they're stopping what they're doing, because we still have NAMLA, we still got that. And
they voted for Kamala. They voted for Joe. They support Schumer. Those guys have been very unkind to me. They've raised a lot of money. Part of Kamala got so much money from all the people that can't wait to bust a nut in minors. And I was trying to do that. I had to be constantly before the public, begging for money, trying to get support. People's economy was tight. Their wallets were tight. Their refrigerators were empty. And yet Kamala, I mean, she's Indian now. She's black. She was getting so much money from Fresno, where the porn industry is and where people on the dark web are making money. I think the only Hollywood star that she couldn't get, the poor guy, he was passed around like a blunt at a reggae festival. Justin Bieber, peace be upon him. I hope you get that reconstructive surgery, Justin. You know where. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to be criticized.
Well, Brother Negro, tell us what we're looking at here.
Yeah. Please go down to 1 and 2 where they're talking about, they saying that pedophilia is at an all-time high, family. They said, although pedophilia does not fit neatly into any existing legal rubric, the concept of mental disorder best address the issues pedophilia arises. And the law conceptualized pedophilia as a mental disorder, and we must carefully reconsider how several areas of law address it. So they're really trying to normalize these type of behaviors.
Yeah, they want this.
And they're saying that, well, it's on the rise. So it's almost like, well, it's okay. Well, everybody's doing it, so it's okay. See, somebody in Switzerland's messing with this, so it's okay.
You know
But,
what's
hey, let's bring it
crazy
over to the
about
United
this?
States.
These people want to take the initiative to have sex with children, but they don't want to pay for their NATO defense. This is the kind of stuff where people's priorities are off. So is sexuality. Who wouldn't want to protect your country from a Russian bear in a time of difficulty? But yet you want to, ease on down the road on a minor. I
Well,
like
let's
the
talk about-
Wiz. The Wiz is a lot like the United States. Nobody beat the Wiz. No one can beat us. We're a great country.
Well, Brother Ronald Trump, and then I'm going to go to the wolf. Actually, let me play this clip. I need to play it because, again, we're talking about more the misinformation and the aggressiveness of it. However, some of your opposition, Brother Ronald Trump, is slowly getting checked because they're getting letters from their bosses to get their shit together. Fair use, if I will, ladies and gentlemen. Fair use. Eyes on the screen. All right?
How could you nominate someone with allegations of child trafficking trafficking across state lines and having sex with a 17-year-old? My understanding further on in the interview, they discussed the fact that once he finds out that she's 17, he stops having sex with her. Hey, Sonny, you have a legal note. I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi.
Hold up.
That bitch hates
Matt
me.
Gates has long
That bitch hates me. She's always trying to attack me, my friends. Over at me, The View, I hate it. You've got ugly Whoopi Goldberg. I mean, she's not a queen. She's not a sister. She's so ugly. She always talks bad about me. I'm really so offended. I've never been treated so terribly and always insulted. I was always polite to her, but she looks so bad. She's so ugly. But I've just got to get that out. I can't take any more of her. I'm not going to take it.
Here you go, Brother Ronald Trump. There you go. Let it.
denied all allegations, calling the claims, quote, invented, and saying in a statement to ABC News that this false smear following a 3-year criminal investigation should be viewed with great skepticism. That DOJ investigation was closed with no charges being brought.
Brother Ronald Trump,
First
you
of all,
failed terribly at trying to smear your campaign pick, sir.
Well, is she black? Is she another person?
Hold on, let's hear from Biden. You ain't black. Okay, so there.
Is she black?
Deny no.
They're lying.
I gotta push back. She denied no.
Okay, so there's so many people that are black that I didn't know. I thought she was Hispanic. I mean, I don't know. I would have given her what's that thing called? I would get her a Chipotle gift card. I didn't know she was black. I didn't know. I didn't know she was black. No. So Kamala's black. First she's Indian, now she's black. Sonny's Hispanic, now she's black. And they're both, what's this thing, Boulay? I don't know. These guys hate me. They've been giving me hell for years. But I'm going to tell you, I'm so angry. I'm so angry the way these people have bothered me. They've harassed me, made me spend lots of money. I don't like being brought into court. I don't like being treated like a criminal. I'm not street trash, although they call my people who voted for me mightily so. I got the most votes of any president. They called them garbage. Yes, you did, Joe, and all the people like you. And I never called Kamala a bitch, although she's a hoe. But I just want to say that I picked people that stuck by me when I was going through all the stuff attacking. I mean, I'm a great president. I got us through a pandemic. I got the economy booming. And the reward I get is that these people lie. They just lie. I mean, my wife's afraid to drink tea with them. That's why she stayed in New York. We didn't want her to double over and have to be rushed to the hospital. And then it'd be a conspiracy theory if Alex Jones or if it got on Fox News. So I just want to say I call it the spew. They're always putting out bad information. They want to kill babies. They want to cut off the genitalia of minors. Now, I try to put someone in, and now they're going to say that. But the good thing is she got checked. This is it. It's showing a tide the country's going in the direction it should be. It needs to be brought to heel the same way the border needs to be closed. I'm going to stop there because I know you have other people, but you know I'm the important person here. I want to say something.
Well, Brother Ronald Trump, I want to play something. Then I want to go back to you here because, sir, you're still getting a lot. You know, your recent picks. Although you wanted to go with Matt backed out. He resigned because he didn't want to bring too much extra attention to you.
Maybe he thought he was going into Kamala.
Well, your latest pick here, sir, this Attorney General Pam Bondi, has some of your opposition up in a roar as well. A lot of people are losing their minds over what you're doing here. Fair use.
Pam Bondi is exactly what I was saying in the last segment that we should all fear because she's competent. We may not agree with her ideologically, but she actually knows how to do this job. So if anyone on the Democratic side or anyone who cared about liberty or justice was thinking, well, maybe Matt Gaetz will screw this up and that'll give us some time. No, Pam Bondi knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing about immigration. Remember, Florida is one of those states that's been very aggressive about migrants and deportation and moving people to different states and everything else like that. Florida has enacted all sorts of rules and laws to curtail students and what they can do on campuses and finding legal justifications for manipulating education money. She is a dangerous and effective pick. And that's frankly worse than what we would have got with Matt Gaetz, even with the deplorable moral background that he has.
Yeah, and I want to discuss that with a little more depth with both of you, including her record on civil rights, LGBTQ rights, and other issues that are front and center at the DOJ, and which we know were also big campaign issues this cycle.
Now, Brother Ronald, again, sir, you know, people are slowly losing their mind because you're picking some people.
I think he's already lost it. Look at the black guy, the one in the center. Yeah. I don't know. He looks like Shirley from What's Happening. I can understand what he wants. He wants a tax-funded sex change, probably. Whenever they talk about how hard things have been, I think I've been very nice. I was mentored by a gay man by the name of Roy Cohn, but it's not like I'm going to swing like that, and I don't think that people should have open season on having sex with minors. Let people grow up and make a choice. They went after one person, so I've got someone. Now they're saying she's competent. The thing is that these people will never rest until this country is sort of like, I don't know, Sodom and Gomorrah with nuclear weapons.
Well, Brother Wolf, what say you, sir? I mean, we're seeing a lot of outrage from picks and just even some of the decision made by Brother Ronald Trump here. However, you know, I do have to talk about the elephant in the room. There are no black picks for his cabinet. What does that even matter at this stage of the game, Brother Wolf? What say you, sir?
Nope.
Okay, hold on. Let's break. Okay, elaborate, sir.
The question we got to ask is this: although blacks did show up, but they didn't really vote for him. We had some sprinkles of blacks.
Let's really be clear about that.
So what? There's no black pigs. Look at it. We're seeing black pigs, and look at where we are right now. This is not self-hatred.
Let's really be clear about that.
I'm trying to say we've had a rainbow coalition for the last couple of years. 16 years, right? 16. Let's be clear. Barack had 8, Trump had 4, and Biden 4. That's 16. 12 of them has been run by a coalition of blacks, Latinos, whites, you name it. Gender fluid.
Right. Affirming, all
affirming,
that.
Okay? Yeah. And are we better or worse with all these so-called blacks in charge?
I was the best one. I was the one that loved everybody.
At all about the blacks not being on this cat. So what? I'm not with this identity politics. I'm not with it, man. I mean, where was the black vote for him in large numbers? It wasn't there.
Come on, boy.
So he gonna pick who he wants in office.
That's a wolf fact.
That's a wolf fact.
Yeah. Brother Ronald Trump, sir. I mean, what's going on? Why ain't no black folks there? Where the Negroes at, Brother Ronald? You keep picking these white folks,
Well,
sir.
I really like Ben Carson. He turned me down. Ben told me no. I wanted him back at HUD because blacks need somewhere to live. I mean, there are too many homeless. Most of the people that are prominent tend to be in the Democratic Party, and they're not loyal, so I don't know them. They've not made themselves known to me. I remember when I ran the first time and won, I opened up Trump Tower to meet with the blacks, to meet with their leaders, to find out who could work with me. I had a lot of guests there, a lot of people. Martin Luther King III, I had Mike Tyson, Steve Harvey, Jim Brown. I had a lot of people, stars, politicians, businessmen, but practically none of them wanted to give me a chance. Imagine, I'm a billionaire with major corporations, and I couldn't get a chance from the very people I lent money to. I was there for Jesse. I was there for Al Sharpton when we were friends. Now, these guys act like I'm Klansman of the Year, except for when I have my checkbook open. But whites do the same thing. There are a lot of white people I didn't pick, and I dislike a lot more of them than I dislike blacks. But the black people that are Democrats are so ideological. They're so loyal to Kamala. They're all in the Divine Nine. We're so sick of them. It's so sick. We're so sick of them. I don't want to see them anymore. I'm just tired.
Shout out to our brother Ronald.
And watch this. Let's be very clear with this.
Hold on, let me break it back up.
The CBC is still active. And they ain't doing nothing. We get the majority of black leaders in the nation doing nothing. So
they are doing something.
They're
doing something. I disagree. They're helping gays. They're helping illegals. They're helping everybody. They're helping.
Black places not doing nothing for us, man.
They're helping everybody but you. I disagree. They're helping illegals. They're helping gays. They're helping Asian Pacifics with their hate bill. They all got something. The thing with the black people that you follow, you guys stupidly get behind these guys. They don't deliver. If you go to a drug dealer and you say, I want some weed, and if you buy a bag and it's empty, you go back and you shoot them. But if black people supported or dealt politics like they do when they're going to get some weed or some drugs, you don't shoot a politician, you vote against them. But you get this empty baggie for 4 continuous years and you vote for the same crap. I mean, and nobody can tell you guys have, you're talented, you're good in sports, you're good in a lot of things, but you're not smart when it comes to getting representation. Would you pick a wino to represent you in a capital murder case? And if so, you'd end up in the electric chair. And right now, your people are being fried because you pick. I don't know. You guys have shit for brains when it comes to politics. I've tried. You guys keep pissing in my face and telling me it's African rain. And I guess because it's in Africa, the rain's going to be a different color, but it smells like piss. I'm just saying.
That's a fact, Brother Ron.
And watch this. One more thing, man. You don't see the Asian community advocating for a place on his team. I mean, they get everything they want, man. They get everything. So
they pay bigger bribes. Black Americans don't pay bribes. Black Americans expect freebies. The only people that they bribe are their ministers.
So I'm good with that. I'm good. Congratulations. Not a black face in sight. And look here, I know some of the faces who was out there. But so what? As a wasn't there. We brag about me the way. That's like clear about that. Is that enough to get a spot on the team? When the majority of us are like, nah, we're gonna vote for the other person. See, that's just a talking point.
See, that's the type of energy I like. Brother Negro, what say you, sir? I mean, are you disappointed with this administration coming in here not showing any black folks in the cabinet?
I'm kind of quasi happy about this, so I'm kind of relieved to a certain extent. Because if anything, wait, I'm gonna tell you this: if anything goes bad, it's the white man's fault. All right. That's the first thing. Second thing is the second thing that I wanted to get upon and talk about is that gender studies is going to be defunded like the police on the flip side. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that as a college student.
Can I say something to you, young man? You're in school. Gender studies is the biggest cock blocking thing. There was so much pussy for everyone when we were in school. Before they brought in gender studies and all the girls got mad, they shut their legs. And we had to go in. You guys have to deal with porn and sex dolls. Getting rid of gender studies is the beginning of men and women finding each other again. I promise when I get elected, I mean, if we have to, we'll send all the books to Mexico. They could probably use them. They've got too many babies. We don't have enough. And bringing over anchor babies that are going to bring fentanyl and become gangsters is not a good plan for growth. I just think that. And I know because I just have a very clear idea of what I want.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. So, we got our brother that just checked in. Salute to our brother Q for Let's Talk too, y'all. Salute to brother Q in the chat. Do your thing, brother Q, man. Stay safe out there in them streets, man. Stay safe in them streets. But nonetheless, gentlemen, I mean, again, we are looking at some phenomenal developments here. And I think it is necessary that we continue. My brother Cut the Check was in here. Let me see. Salute the brother Cut the Check. I think I saw him, but salute the brother. You know, I see we got, yeah, definitely, y'all. Make sure you get them dislikes, them likes, them shares, them subscribers. Yeah. Make sure you hit the dislike. Do us a favor and hit the dislike. You know, we like dislikes over here. So now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me go to the last piece of our broadcast here today. But I want to play a little bit more of this just to bring it all home real quick, y'all. Bring it up to speed.
That is not a mandate for the president or the Congress to treat the opposing party and their beliefs and their supporters any kind of way. I know everybody thinks
you're saying what went right or what went wrong.
What I'm saying is that there was a lot that went right that we are not accounting for in the way this election in total played out.
I've got a question to ask you, Sheriff.
I want to know what those things are.
I've got a question to ask you.
Okay, talk to me, sir.
Why does it look like he has an asshole crack across his forehead?
Oh,
that was very scary. I don't just go back and look at it. It looks like he's got an ass growing out of his forehead. Look at that. Freeze it. That's very frightening to me. Look at that. Look at that. It looks like Roland Martin's iPad turned sideways.
Pause.
Pause. Yeah. We got to pause that.
Stop.
Oh man. Let's really be clear about that.
Oh man, brother Ronald Trump, man. Listen, let's play a little bit more of this, y'all, to bring everybody up to speed.
To make that happen?
Are you saying that the loss wasn't that bad, so that's what right?
No. Yes, in part because it was supposed to be much greater. I know we all had optimism that it was the devil versus the angel sitting on the shoulder. She's not an angel, but I'm just making the comparison, which means he was canceled, could not be considered. Well, for a lot of voters, they didn't experience him so badly the first time. They ignored a lot of his nonsense, which was consequential for a lot of communities, but they ignored it. And what they recalled was that their groceries were accessible and affordable. You had people across the board saying that they felt like they financially did better, even though the U.S. survived the U.S. survived the inflation better than any other industrialized country. We came out of it better. We came out of COVID better. But people don't live in other countries. They live in this one. And so if their experience is bad, it's going to be reflected. Y'all, I think there were a lot of contributing factors to the loss that Democrats experienced. But I always felt like this race was either going to be like this, neck and neck, or that it was actually going to be a demonstrable win. I was hoping that demonstrable win was going to be in favor of Kamala Harris. But if you look across these battleground states, the blue wall collapsed, not terribly significantly, but enough for us not to win those electoral votes. And we got to get inside what the hell.
Yeah, he's
working
really
people in
trying
this
to
country,
get
again, when I
inside.
include working people, I'm not talking about white rural folks. That is not a synonym for working people. Working people are black, brown, everything in between, who felt like this party was not doing their bidding. Even though we're the only ones doing their bidding, the talking points on the other side and the messaging from the other side made them look like they were the Union Party and not us. And we got to figure that shit out. And the last point I'll make is when we were in
That's
Atlanta,
one of
and
his
I'll never
favorite
forget that young man who
things.
stood up and talked about the hundreds of black men that he encounters every single week in Atlanta through the nature of his work and the fact that they were saying that straight black men don't have a home in the Democratic Party. And you then consider the significant loss of black men younger, black Latino men younger, and white men younger who philosophically are not identifying as conservative. They're just looking for a home.
Well, they didn't gain ground with black men, Andrew. Like, and I want to be cautious about putting out data.
Listen, I'm not saying that black men are responsible.
Now, I'm playing this, y'all, because Andrew Gillum is a touch objective here in admitting the full-blown L that they took.
He's got something else full blown.
Pause. That's a fact. Pause. Pause again. Pause one more time. Now we're gonna go, but you're gonna see as we play this a little bit more, family, how Angela Rye begins to starts to get into her feelings a touch, y'all. But let's play some more of this, because I mean, again, this is my first time seeing Andrew Gillum being objective, but you know, let's be very clear.
He's objective in bed. Your face or mine.
Pause.
For Kamala losing white women, without a doubt,
and white men,
and white men are without a doubt the reason that she did not win. It was their collapse. But what I'm not going to do is ignore that in some of these battleground states, Donald Trump got 10 points more than he did in the last election with black men, and doubled 20 points with Latinos. And so what I'm saying is we can't try to explain an through academic exercise our way out of the fact that we have an emerging problem amongst certain constituencies of these young men who do not feel like they are seen, heard, played with, dealt with within the Democratic Party. And that will be a significant problem, especially when you consider what the future demographic voting demographic
that part
will
is
be.
true. Yeah, I just want to hop because we're 10 minutes in.
I'm done. That's my piece.
No, that's not your piece. That's back in Miami Beach.
Balls, man. Yeah, you know, I gotta say this. I gotta digress for a quick short one, and then we. Anytime I hear Andrew Gillum speak, anything, unfortunately, the only thing that comes to mind is dirty dookie sheets and a drug bussy that been passed around. I can't take him serious as a man.
But you know what? You could take the price of the KY jelly that was sold under my administration and Viagra. I'm certain the price has gone up. It's harder for him to do tricks behind his wife's back with the Biden-Harris economy.
Well, let's be clear about Kamala Harris. Help us out,
Let's
Kamala.
really be clear about that.
That wife, that Andrew Gillum wife, is a beard. Michelle Obama is a beard.
Got a lot of beards out here.
It's a lot of beards holding these zesty dudes down. Pause. Okay? So
have you ever noticed that Obama looks like a mulatto Lucky Charms? And their rainbow colors in the shamrocks. I think it was a precursor. You need to look at these brands that they put before kids. They're imprinting them to propagandize to use them later. Just look, Obama looks like the guy off Lucky Charms, but he's a little darker.
Shout out to Ronald Trump, y'all. If y'all didn't know, we got our brother Ronald Trump joining us here to kind of take a look at some of the outrage he's getting since he's been elected here. He will be taking office in January.
And the country will get better. People will feel better. You won't want to kill your kids. You'll be able to feed them. You'll be able to drive to Costco or Sam's Club, or you could make it out of the food desert because the price of public transportation will go down. And I want to say to you, as the Republican pimps go up and the Democratic hoes go down, this will be a greater country. We'll never be greater. You're going to have orgasms like never before. Even, I would say this, even for the LGBTQ people, the price of water will go down so you can wash off the body fluids after you've had a ditty party of your own. But this requires that I get elected, and we're mostly the way there. It's left to the American people in good faith to work together to build the kind of society that we want. And definitely one with borders, and definitely one with affordable food and gas prices and peace. And not the kind that Andrew likes.
Right. That's a fact. Kamala, help brother Ronald Trump out.
Let's really be clear about that.
Right. So let me play a little bit more of this, y'all.
The voter turnout itself was smaller, and that's why some of those gains look like they were larger. I'll be quick. What I think went right, I think that Vice President Harris ran an amazing campaign that was pulled together and executed in 107 days. This idea that she didn't talk about the economy is bullshit. She absolutely did. She put together an incredible campaign in 107 days, and I don't think the idea that she didn't talk about the economy is complete and utter bullshit. And it drives me crazy that people say that constantly across the cable news spectrum, and hosts who are supposed to be journalists don't.
Well, let's be clear about something, gentlemen. I'll go to Brother Wolf. Yeah. Let me say this, and I'm gonna go right to you, Brother Wolf. Let's be clear about something, okay? What we're looking at is a platform that is sponsored by iHeart, which is also the company that I believe that sponsors Power 105. Ladies and gentlemen, your guy Charlemagne the Fraud. Which means, in turn, all of these companies, these little podcasts and radio station bullshits, they're all Democrat hubs. Okay, so they're going to do, they'll try to come and present objectively, but they're really one side and biased. Let's be very clear about that. Kamala, help me out, all right?
Let's really be clear about that.
They're very biased, and they're only out there to do the bidding of that Democrat Party. Brother Wolf, you got the phone.
Look, man. Don't mean you're right.
Come on, Kamala, help him out. God.
Let's really be clear about that.
If you just pull up the map of the United States,
or pull up her dress
with the final results, you're going to see it's red, man.
Come on, let's really be clear. Yeah, you see
one state, cities, to hear Angela Reed or Rye and what's that?
Tragic Yellow Bones. I don't know what that. Yeah.
Well, I wish she would do with that cross what The Exorcist did to the girl.
But to see them trying to make up a fictitious lie. Talking about she only had 100 days. Nigga, she been in office for 4 years.
Come on, let's be very clear about
Let's
it.
be really clear about it.
He's been the VP for 4 years. I'm assuming that 100 days to get ready. She been in office. What are you talking about?
And they hate that we have that obvious fact, Brother Wolf. They hate it. It's too. You can't cover up what we see. Well, what you see is what you're not seeing. No, we see that she's in a position of quote unquote power.
Well, I can't unsee what I saw.
Come on. Oh.
And these folks are delusional, man. Man, look, the ride, cross, kill them. Look, y'all need to accept the fact that the messaging was off. You guys have been in an echo chamber for years.
That's a fact.
You've been hearing your own voices, and you've had the media on your side. All of the mainstream media was on your side. You couldn't even hear the voice of the people. That's why he was at home crying, in the bathrooms, on the toilets, in the tubs.
In the abortion clinics.
Okay? Because they couldn't believe it. All their lives crumbled on that day, on that night, November 5th.
Right.
And they still are like so every time I hear that lie about she only had 107 days, miss me with this man. Woman had 3. She's been in office almost 4 years.
Right. So that works out. What was that work out? 365 days in a year, down for. God damn it! Listen, yeah, you can't say no 100 and something days. You can't do it.
That's 1,200. 3, 6, 9, 12. 1,200 days.
Easy.
And you guys are forgetting about the handicap within which they were giving Ronald Trump by depleting some of his funds during the campaign with all those.
Wake that up.
See, so they were giving them they were giving her the alley oop, you know, and she just couldn't slam it down like she's Lisa Leslie. So that's her own fault. So the other thing I wanted to touch upon is that what's up with this bussy guy Gillum out here, Negro whispering on the heterosexual black male community?
Because he can't get any. He's desperate. Notice he talks to straight guys because he's run through people that he can get in his own community. Remember something. There are 2 kinds of evangelical. Those that support Israel and those that are trying to do the Diddy and turn people out.
Right. Go ahead, bro. Brother. Oh, hold on. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me that this woman had they saying that she only had 100-something days, but she had 4 years, and she got a handicapped Joe Biden where she knew that she was going to be in that spot. See, that's the other thing that nobody's not talking about. She knew that she was going to run, so she didn't. But think about
Kamala's like a person that knows that they have to give a blowjob to the boss and they barf in it. It's because she wasn't ready for it. She wasn't ready. Like you said, she choked or she barfed on the job. And that's what you can't do. You can't choke and you can't barf if you do BJs. There's never going to be enough DEI to help her. She was a disaster. They ran a bad campaign. It was flawed. All the candidates were flawed.
But listen, let me play a little bit more of this real quick here. Play a little bit more.
Don't correct it. She did talk about the economy. I don't think there is anything that she could have done differently that would have changed the outcome of this election. What I think went wrong, hence right for the Trump campaign, is that a majority of people in this country were either in support of or okay with racist, xenophobic, misogynistic viewpoints of this president. Even if the president was saying, I will do this thing for you, I will pretend to put this policy forward, which he didn't put any policy up front. But he was saying, under me, you'll walk down streets paved with gold and have, refrigerators and milk and honey every day. in the next breath, he was calling Nancy Pelosi a bitch, or
It's
he
true.
was
It's true. It's
dancing
true.
incoherently across stage for 45 minutes, or insulting Michelle Obama, insulting Vice President Harris.
Listen. Nobody gives a flying fuck about them wenches getting disrespected.
There's nothing respectable about a hoe. There's nothing respectable about men's show.
Okay. Yeah,
can we say that Michelle Obama and Nancy Pelosi has been disrespectful to men? Wasn't she finger wagging black men?
Yeah.
Wasn't she finger wagging black? You better vote for a woman.
Yeah.
Come on. You know I don't like saying the N-word, but nigga, please. Please. No. Who's doing that?
No. Fuck out of here with all of that stupid shit. Nobody cares, man. Listen, people say worse shit. Okay? Now all of a sudden it's supposed to mean something. Decorum supposed to mean something. Get the hell out of here.
They were okay with all those things. So that's what we have to confront in this country, quite frankly. The fact that a majority of people were either in support of or indifferent to his hatefulness and his hateful rhetoric.
A few things. One, I want to commend Kamala Harris for a historic run and a very brave run. I don't know.
Get the hell out of here. Look at this shit. More of the fucking, I am woman, hear me roar shit. The first whatever. Man, Angela Rye, you know what? I got to keep it 100 with y'all. Can Chef C keep it 100? I used to like this chick right here.
Everybody's stupid when they've got an erection, Chef C. Everybody's stupid when they've got an erection. It's called being a man. Being a man, when you're horny, you like a lot of people.
Well, brother Ronald, I didn't even get an erection. I think it was more so I was going through a need.
You can lie to us, but we know you got that erection. It was probably harder than your spoon it's harder than the spoon that you stir your pancake mix. We get that. We understand you don't have to apologize. I topped off some mulattoes in my time too. They're kind of cute. The behind's a little more firm than what I grew up with. I was used to, but I got into it.
Well, I'll tell you, like I said,
there's no ring on those ladies' fingers, so they ain't talking about bad families.
Well, the ring that she's got is on her clitoris. It's called a jackrabbit.
Well, I'll just say this. I mean, again, I know that was a weaker period in my life.
Well, speaking of periods, I don't think she has anymore.
Where I engaged in colorism. Okay?
Well, the good news is that if you hooked up with her now, you said it was a period in your life, but she doesn't have any periods anymore. She looks old and used up. She'd probably take you.
No, she's not even on my level now.
But they're never on your level when they're giving you head, Chef.
Well, pause. But actually, no pause. This is a woman. Yeah, let's be. Yeah.
Hear about that.
Yeah, I can let that roll, brother Ronald Trump. That's a woman right there. Now, this is not a stud in the cloud. We can let this one roll. However, she don't light a candle on what I have right. So, I'm good over here. But nonetheless, gentlemen, I mean, the only reason she's allowed to be out in front of us as long as she is because she fits the Kamala complexion, the fairer skin thing. And there's a great deal of Negroes who still are weak-minded to this. That's why it's two light-skinned, tragic mulattoes on this platform with a closet bussy bandit by the name of Andrew Gillum. That's strategic, to be very clear. That's strategy, y'all. Okay? Because they know...
It's like some Twitter spaces right now.
Yeah,
whole thing like a Twitter space right now.
Yeah. They know a lot of Negroes still engage in colorism. Okay? It still got a lot of lighter is brighter. and better type of shit going on. You know, now there's nothing against our sisters that's on the right type of time. I need to say that. But I shouldn't even say that because those who get it, get it. Nonetheless, this is the weaponization of it. So they won't come at this particular type of shorty with the same vigor and veracity as they would a dark-skinned sister with shorter hair. Well, you ain't those Negroes, Brother Wolf. Hold on, Kamala, help me out right here.
It's really
He's not those type of Negroes. But those Negroes outnumber us, sir. They do. But I would say this again. Now, when you hear these folks talk, there's a great disdain and disgust that comes across me hearing these women talk. It's just it's the worst kind of, like, even if I saw this thing in person, I'm just like, you another loudmouth, tragic yellow bone. That's what you are. You couldn't even pay me to trash you. You couldn't do it. You couldn't do it because then you sit back and you listen to these folks and it's just like, man, who could fathom this? But I mean, again, they're
Common fathom, Jay. Didn't Brother Common was messing with her? He was fathoming her for a minute.
Well, who we talking about now? Common. Let's be very
Common the rapper.
He should be called. He should.
really be clear about that.
He should be called Common.
Common, yeah. Who I also think is a closet booty bandit too. Let's be clear about that. Posing as a heterosexual male, a low key bisexual hobo who goes from woman to women. You know, trying to find a place to stay. Yeah. Let's play some more.
Anybody that could have pulled off what she did in 107 days. So I echo that, Tiff. I also want to come
off.
Yes, she did. She's
donors.
always pulling off her draws, Chef. She used the right word for the right person.
She did. You know what? Now I pull back on that. Pause.
And sometimes she pulls off condoms if she likes you.
But she said a key word.
What's that?
I echo this. See, they've been in the echo chamber for so long that they can't. It's not reality no more.
Well, you know
She said,
that.
I echo this.
You know that you know
that
their coochie is so used. It's an echo chamber. If you yell, you can hear your name. If you yodel, it'll come back to you. Just try it.
Right, Brother Ronald. Shout out to Brother Ronald Trump. Brother Ronald Trump.
Man, he's doing the victory laps and doing the dance on these guys.
hey, but you know what, y'all? Listen, the outrage isn't as small. And salute to the 100. How many we got in here? 130 plus in the building, rocking with us right now. We're gonna get ready to be shutting it down, but I got one more clip for you, Brother Ronald Trump, because the outrage is continuing on, and now it has led to more shield infighting, sir. Okay, fair use. Let's go ahead and play this one. Fair use.
And finally, we talk a lot about these different demographics and these assumptions of where they're going to go. Latinos in Texas, a district that's 97% Latino, went 75 percentage points for Donald Trump. Why?
Misogyny.
It's on the border. The border crisis is on their doorstep.
So
and they were begging people to care about it for
I
years.
disagree. Why don't you pause it?
Oh my gosh, it's whooping.
No. The problem was the price of tacos. With all those people, they were running out of specialty food at the border. You know, there's never enough Goya and sofrito for two. I learned this with my cruise. So these people got tired of sharing enchiladas and all with every person that could possibly be related that fell out of some hombre's nutsack, has got their feet under your table. People were running out of food. And of course, they're tired of pulling children's underwear out of the little rape trees throughout the Southwest. This is why people voted for me. You want a closed border. You want peace of mind. You're tired of your dog getting raped. You're tired of your kittens being eaten. You're tired of people making footpaths across your yard. So this is why the people, for the first time, recognizing what was at stake, You don't have to speak English to know that you don't want to live in a shithole country.
Right. Shout out to brother Ronald Trump. Y'all see his hair is slicked, real slicked over today, y'all. Brother Ronald Trump is on point today. But the infighting, brother Wolf, talk to me here, sir. What scripture you have for us today, sir?
Again, a familiar passage, Proverbs 6:16 to 19. 6 things God hates, and 7 is an abomination.
Right.
Number one, okay, a proud look. You know, most of these folks that was on this Deceive the Black Collective, they was very prideful in deceiving us as a people. You know, all these mainstream media outlets, very proud. You know, they believe that they had it locked down. They believe that they had the election in the bag. Don't support it like that. Oh, come on. I'm on truth.
Right.
Okay. But I saw these proud-looking Angela Lees, McGillans, Chris Cross, okay, Martins, you know. And y'all want the proud look. A lying tongue. And these jokers are still lying about what shed innocent blood. A heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, and feet that be swift to run into mischief. A false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among the brethren. They wrap the whole Democratic Party up in the box. That's been them for the last couple of years. This is the mainstream media. Getting it back. Okay? But
yes, indeed. Wolf. Yeah. I mean, listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is we're gonna get ready to wrap this thing down, but you know, again, the shields are outraged. The propagandist machines are crumbling within itself, and now they're becoming Twitter Spaces, y'all. They're becoming Twitter Spaces per se.
Hey, can I comment on those ladies? I find it very
please.
Yeah, I find it very ironic that this woman is still Sonny is still blaming black men indirectly, using brown skinned people as a proxy to get at black men by saying misandry, and all this other nonsense, misogyny against black men indirectly. I don't like that. And she's not married to a black man, you know, but she's in a black press.
But you know what? She didn't get the Diddy party invite. She was very jealous. J-Lo got all the pipe. J-Lo had more pipe than the city of Los Angeles. She's very jealous. Spanish-speaking women, very competitive. Very, very competitive. J-Lo getting piped by a rich guy, Affleck, and then getting Diddy too. You know, let's just be real with each other. A lot of our women like brothers. They want a little bit of pipe to prove that they're able to handle it. And she got passed up, and she's bitter. And she's a lot like the Democratic Party. And of course, the Democratic Party is a lemon because it's bitter. It's the fruit of people that are losers who chug.
I'm just tired of the way that she's still attacking black men.
Well, that's because you haven't. None of you guys has pushed up to her. So many of you guys are swinging the other way. It's your civic black male duty to bang the woman of color booty. If you're not going to tag it, it's going to tag you. Ask not what you can do for your scrotum. Ask what your scrotum can do for you.
Pause. But do you really want to smash this lady and have kids and accidentally pop out some kids?
Those ladies don't have kids. These ladies don't have kids. Getting an abortion is a sacrament and a career promotional sacrifice to some God they believe in. I think the God is called stupid bitch, and a lot of them are in this cult. I'm glad my wife didn't join it. They gave her the invite. She declined. It's a very stupid thing, but a lot of women like it. Very attractive women very good sex, but very, very bad, low quality mentality. If their brains equaled their blowjob, we wouldn't have a divorce rate in the country. I don't know how to fix that, but we're gonna put our people together and see if we can have a team to try to get women to discover the joy of having someone get down on it. It's the same way, if drill baby drill can also be something that we get women who are prepared to be educated through camps that we can create for feminists. For a lot of the brothers to drill, a lot of them are envious. You've got 12 inches, and I'm not talking about a Subway sandwich.
Pause. Yeah. Pause.
Where would you go, brother?
Brother Ronald Trump is in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Brother Negro, we're going to get ready to shut this thing down, though. Salute to the 130 plus in here. Brother Negro, man, let them know what you got coming down the pipeline, how they can get a hold of you, sir, in the future, sir.
We got the Negro Black Knights Heritage Club website, which is tnbkhc.org. We'll be updating it daily, so we'll have new information about our activities and what's going on. We'll be having our some of our podcasts and some of the things that we discussed that's a little bit more sensitive on EPRN, so keep your ears to the street on that as well. We still collecting donations at the end of the month for November for breast cancer awareness. We do have some individuals that we do want to assist with gift baskets that had cancer and are going through the process and chemo and whatnot.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Save the titties. We love them. We We squeeze them. We really appreciate them.
Yes. With that being said, please come out and support. The other thing that I would like to discuss is stay away from these type of women. I heard that there's like 90% of them. I know that there's a lot out there, but we still got 10% that we can work with, family. 10% of good black women we can work with. With that being said, burn rubber, not your soul. You guys have a great one.
Salute to our brother Negro checking in. Let me go to my brother Ronald Trump. Let me go to Ronald Trump today. Yeah. Ronald Trump, sir, let them know what you got shaking. What can they expect from you in the next administration, sir?
Well, the thing that we're going to do is help Chef C. Chef C is trying to bring the good black women, the ones who don't have like depleted vaginas, together with patriarchs. And we're going to have a WASI summit December 14th. Chef C needs anywhere from $800 to $1,000 to do it the right way. You can check the QR code on the thing that's been provided. Share it with everyone. You can send it through the Cash App. There is a GoFundMe. I think you've got that available. But we need to have that so we can do a classy one, and Chef C is supposed to. Black people can be slow in business, but they're going to release a video soon. So check that out. And for all of you ladies that want to be panelists, you can email Dr. Short at wrandyshort@gmail.com. We need bios and we need speakers. We're going to do many of these in the coming years because you're going to have to come together. The Train de Agua will be running trains on all the women that aren't covered. So you'll need your brothers. The only women that say that they don't need a man are too ugly to get one. So if you're able to still attract a man or need to put fly paper on your face and get a man, we're going to create the forum for you. It's called the WASI Summit, and all you need to do is check that. That would still be on the patriarchsummit.com website. We want your donations. We want your participation. We'll be talking about education and health, and we'll be re-educating all the confused women that are the victims of horrible, misguided, toxic feminism. It's got you killing babies. It's got you thinking fat is pretty. We're going to change that, and I'm so sick when I see really cool black women not wearing their hair natural. Their hair is more blonde than mine. But I want you guys to turn out. You can check out the Angry Black Men's Book Club and all of our partners Let's Talk to on their necks. And of course, we know that, the really violent black guy who's always talking about weapons has got everybody afraid. Lone Wolf is going to do his own thing to talk. But you can check out the Angry Black Men's Book Club. We now have 200,000 people that have watched our videos. You can always donate, and I thank Sister Star and all the other people that consistently help us. We will be doing more. And as for the people that would like to do lives with us, you can always write me at wrandyshort@gmail.com. I can be available at Brother Bag X or others. And I want to thank Sister Miriam and all the other moderators. And of course, the Cash App, if you want to help sick Dr. Short out. The doctor says he's just got 5 years to live. It's probably fake news. It's $ Dr. Randy Short. DrRandysHort. Or you can send Zelle or PayPal at wrandyshort@gmail.com. We're going to try to do another program, and I want people who are religious, if you still like Jesus, and he's a really cool white guy. He did a lot for you guys when you were picking cotton. You can check out Salt Ministry on Sabbath, which is Saturday, the day that stupid Christians know to pray to white Jesus, or they think he's black. Like Kamala, I thought Jesus is white, now he's black too. Next thing they're going to say, I'm black. But we'll be doing something tomorrow about 2:30. It will be the message to the black woman. A lot of you hoes need to be told off from a Christian perspective. Be there. Maybe you won't want to kill a baby, get a divorce, or be overweight. And I land my plane, my presidential plane.
Salute to our brother Ronald Trump checking in tonight with us, ladies and gentlemen. So, Wolf. Let me get the Wolf. Ladies and gentlemen, Brother Juan J. Johnson. Sir, let them know what you got coming down the pipeline, how they can get a hold of you, etc., etc.
Go to lwftraining.com. If you don't want the services, hit me with a link, hit me with a hi, bye, Georgia, question on guns. I'm going to keep reminding you, have you considered a shotgun? Have you considered a semi-automatic? Have you considered a rifle? Have you considered a revolver? So I can't tell you one, they shut me down. But the question form, have you considered? You see me on these social media streets when you can. I'll be wherever I'll be on the next 9 minutes. Our regular old Sharon. But again, I want you to, I think there's no other broadcast on social media like this one. This is a good space for information, for encouragement, and for just to get you to do something. I want to thank everybody who sent a donation, which is AKA a donation. Okay. I want to thank you for just spending your time with us. You could be anywhere else on this Friday night or whenever we're on, but you're here. So I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. I appreciate your time. Because again, it's two things you can't take back. That last you shared and that last second you just gave. Okay? So I thank you, I appreciate you again.
And Kamala Harris's virginity.
For Ronald Trump.
Yes, indeed. Hey, brother LWF, Juan J. Johnson, are those are those shirts ready this week, or it's gonna be next week, sir?
You know what? If somebody hit me, they go to LWF training, hit me on the inbox. I'll contact you. We can get you one of these customs. We can get you a custom made.
Yes, indeed.
You can go from the range to an event.
Okay, yeah.
So nice. So I'm trying to change correction. I'm changing the whole firearm game. polos are good. I got the polos, but this is my own design. So,
Okay. Okay. Respect it. I got to respect it. Ladies and
but now look, you don't pay, but it's worth it. When you step out in the street, they don't know you for real.
okay. Yeah.
They pay a little penny because I paid it too. Okay, but I got some golf trips coming up too. You know what I'm saying? A little zip for your head up. You want to golf? 100%.
Okay. Yeah. You doing a Ronald Trump swing?
Yes,
Ronald Trump swing. Okay. Yeah. Listen, y'all, salute our brother Juan J. Johnson, LWF Training, man. Make sure y'all go over to his website, lwftraining.com. Salute that. Like that. Now, I want to thank everybody for joining us here today, ladies and gentlemen. This was a good one, man. We got the good brother Ronald Trump, the brother Negro, and our
It's all
brother
about
Juan
me.
J. Johnson.
I'm so
joining us
perfect.
today. I also want to remind you as we are headed out here, make sure you go over to my Patreon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a member, patreon.com/cooking with Chef C. Tomorrow, it goes down. I am cooking 4 of our signature Black American dishes tomorrow. I'll show you how to do it from scratch. Okay? CC collard greens, the brown.
MFM, everybody. Thank you. That was Pat Talk. It came differently. I still owe some programs. I have things I want to do. It's 9 o'clock. It depends on how I feel. I've been up since 4 this morning. Actually 3 something. But we'll be back together. I know we're going to do SALT tomorrow. And not only that, I'm hoping we're going to start talking about Diddy and the culture. And also we'll be talking about resistance and so forth. And let's see if we can get in the swing of things. And of course, at some point, maybe the week of Thanksgiving, I'm going to start taking cannabis and giving you some insights into the personal battle I'm having with cancer. The doctor says 5 years. I don't believe that. 17 years. Well, that's not so bad. As long as my dad lived. Maybe longer. Not worried about it. I'm going to tell everybody, you better trust God because doctors try to scare you and all this. I'm not interested in being scared. I am interested in living, and I want everybody to take good care of themselves. There's a lot to talk about. But take care of yourselves. So if you haven't seen me, I've been just trying to get this health thing, at least have some control over it. So we're going to go back over this. I want to wish everybody MFM, all my moderators, Sister Miriam and others, fine. And if anybody wants to do a live with me, I don't just normally spontaneously do stuff with people. I mean, it's not against anyone. I like to talk to people in advance. It's just more organized. You can always email me. I keep saying that, but people don't listen to what you say. That's their choice, but that's my protocol for the person who says, can we come on? I don't care if people do a stream if there's really something to say. I don't doubt whether people cool or not cool. I just like to talk to people first. That's what I'll do. Done all kinds of television and radio, and I always had to talk to people first, except for call-in. We're not exactly that yet, although maybe we could. But we try to avoid that because there's all kinds of odd things that people do or say, and it's attributed to you. That's how it goes. But again, Sister Miriam, give me a call in a little bit. If I feel energetic, because I'm going to take a nap. In fact, I'm doing this longer than what I planned. I will probably do a little bit and then go back to sleep. But what do you guys say about a discussion of the silence of important people around this whole Diddy thing and what it means to Black people, Black culture, Black leaders, and so forth. So again, MFM, everyone, share this with everybody, like it. I thank everybody for 200,000 views, and that's with them doing all kinds of stuff. Keep your fingers crossed. I've got some signal boosters and other things because they really mess with my StreamYard. They mess with the phone. You have no idea. And it makes you not want to do this, not because you don't want to do it, but just the harassment. Lone Wolf, we've been having such problems doing shows, so people just stop because of the jamming. It's called jamming when they don't let you get online. And it looks like you're not getting a signal. And in reality, someone is not letting you have a signal to get on. We're going to get around that. So help out. You can always donate. You know how to reach me. My PayPal is $ Dr. Randy Short. Actually, that's my Dr. Randy Short is my Patreon, my Cash App, my Venmo, and wrandyshort@gmail.com is my Zelle and the PayPal. And what people do, big or small, is helpful. If you don't do that, pray. Pray, share, solicit, like, talk up, send ideas. Sometimes, there's all kinds of stuff that doesn't cross your immediate mind to share with people. Yeah, I'm sleepy. I don't know why I'm sleepy, but I am. It's cold here. It was snowing. So I'm going to stop here. You guys take care. And God bless and keep you, and may his face shine upon you. About 2 o'clock tomorrow, I'm going to be back, and I will have my Bible. And I probably won't be live. I think I'll just have an icon, but it'll basically, I'm trying to think of if I want to make this a message to the Black woman or a message to Black people. Maybe I'll do everybody because it's really hard. Our heads are hard on all sides, but we'll get busy. Okay. Thanks, Sister Star. Thanks, Sister Miriam. Thank you, moderators, for getting rid of all the annoying people. And I like this stupid wig. It's actually quite warm. I might wear this to the inauguration. Not that I like wigs or anything, but it's just stupid wearing this. And I don't know, I enjoy making fun of Donald Trump. I think I can talk like Vance. I just have to listen to him. So I'm going to have a lot of fun making fun of people. Okay, guys, let me go. I'm falling asleep for some reason. You guys take care. Good night. MFM. See ya. Bye-bye.